Happy Wednesday! Welcome to Scoping Out. Today we're scoping out noticing, the first step in getting out of your own friggin' way. I'm Triffany Hammond, just like Tiffany with an R, and I'm so glad you're here at Scoping Out every Wednesday at 8:30 a.m. Mountain Time. We get together and learn some ideas and concepts and shifts and tools around self-empowerment, learning from the life of a life coach. Because none of us is immune from the work that makes us whole, happy, and complete and brings our best selves to the world. So I'm glad you're here. I'm going to just jump right in because I had a big realization last week, and oh my gosh, I'm so silly. As you know, if you've been coming to these for a while, you've been watching these recordings for a while, you know I kind of have an icky man story, and I'm working on it, and that is definitely where my work is, and it's uncomfortable a lot of the time. Well, it really showed up last week when have you guys seen this video? It's the coolest thing. It actually is, it is really cool. There's this technology where a pregnant mom can put this thing around her belly, and the dad, it can put another thing around his belly, and when the baby kicks, he'll feel it. And the video is so sweet. She puts it on and she eats a little bit of spicy food, and then the baby starts to kick and he wells up and kisses her, and it's just this really sweet, beautiful moment about connection and anticipation and everything that goes into the hope that comes with expecting a new life in the world and your responsibilities as a parent. Now, most people without a story would look at this and think of it exactly the way that I thought of it, or that I mentioned it just now, which is, oh, that's so great, loving parents, how wonderful. That wasn't my reaction, like, at all. I mean, it was. There was like that at first, you know, oh, that's so sweet, and then followed by, oh, right, he's all lovey-dovey now at the idea of a child, but wait till that kid hits tween age and then he's out. I went straight to anger. I was so angry about men leaving when things get hard and parenting gets real and it stops being about the physical day-to-day stuff. And the moment those kids need emotional support, he doesn't know how to bring it, so he leaves and da-da-da. It's just ugly. Just flat out ugly. So, you know me, every time that these negative emotions come up, I go, oh, okay, well, there's my work, so what do I need to do about it? And I did. I'm like, oh gosh, that's my story. See, the thing is, and this is why noticing is the first thing. The tendency we have, especially in our culture, is to go, ugh, yeah, okay, but I don't want to focus on that, move on. We shelve it, we bury it, we don't investigate it, right? So we, in the process of shelving it and setting it aside, we've actually subconsciously told ourselves, it's true, I just don't want to focus on it. Okay, do I have proof that men leave when parenting gets difficult? Absolutely, I have proof, right? I have proof from my life as a kid. I have proof from friends' lives as we were growing up. I have proof from my clients' lives. I have proof from my own life as an adult, right? Like, I have proof. Yeah, but is that the whole story? Absolutely not. In some cases, it's flip-flopped, right? In some cases, it's the woman who leaves. In some cases, it's the man who stays. In some cases, it's men who step up for other people's children and who never actually even get to enjoy children of their own, right? These things are that we tell ourselves that are true. Yes, we have a body of proof that says they're true. And there's a whole mountain of proof that we haven't seen or we're not paying attention to. So every time we have a negative story about ourselves, about others, about our circumstances, whatever else is going on in our life, and we try to just shift focus, just try to look away from it, we are telling ourselves, yeah, it's true, but that's not where I want to put my energy. It's not the whole truth, right? So we've got work to do there. And we are allowing something sort of to sit in there and fester up. Because what's going to happen the next time that story gets triggered? Oh, we've just added proof. And the next time we just added proof. And then we just get, everything starts to pile and compile onto that negative story. So the very first thing you need to do, that we all want to do to come to happiness, wholeness, completion, peace, all of these things, is to notice the story. Stop shelving it. Stop looking away. Stop trying to put your attention elsewhere. It's hard to do, isn't it, right? Because this is what we've been taught. You know, you focus on the positive, focus on what you want to build. And that is true. Definitely focus on that stuff. But be careful of what you're sending to your subconscious, because your subconscious story and your subconscious belief is very, very powerful, and it's usually in charge. we think our conscious mind is in charge. Our subconscious is constantly trying to niggle through and show us where our peace is, where our work is, and where our path to peace is, right? So, negative story gets triggered. Notice it, number one. Number two, once you've noticed it, you understand now you've been shown your path to peace. So my path to peace around men, in this instance, is to investigate the truth of my story. First thing I did was share it with somebody. Oh my God, I'm an idiot. Right? I caught the story. I don't even know what I want to redefine, but the first thing I need to admit is that this is just a story, Triffany. This has no more power than your willingness to believe that it's true, right? So the first thing I did was call a trusted friend and say, I know this isn't true. I can't believe I had this reaction. I know there are other truths. I just need to process this out loud. Again, I've talked about it. Find a trusted partner. Find people who are doing this work that are helping you through this, because only then do we have that safe space that allows us to process this. It's important, isn't it? It really matters. And not that we always have to process everything out loud, but there's a level of accountability that you get that that keeps us honest to the work, that keeps us, I mean, basically we're kind of calling ourselves on our own shit first, right? And then giving somebody else the space to go, okay, you know, I know you're hurting and I know that you saw this, but let me tell you what I'm seeing. This is just your story. Oh, right. This is just my story. It keeps us on that path to peace. So the path to peace then, for me in this instance, even though it was painful for me and this story was triggered and I have the proof and all of those things that I could look at that I'm right, this path to peace lies in this thing that I'm always talking about, forgiveness, right? Taking back the energy that we're giving to a negative story. Now notice, I'm not talking about just ignoring it, turning my attention away, right? I'm talking about taking back the energy. So if I am triggered and I'm angered and I put out this energy toward men who leave and all of that ugliness, that is energy that I could be putting toward my path to peace. I could be putting toward my clients, my business that I'm building, my friendships, supporting others, right? That's energy that I can use in another way positively, rather than have all of that anger going on over here and trying to muster up energy over here in the place that I really want to look, right? You see the difference? Taking back that energy and using it, or trying to sustain two different stories, trying to sustain two different sides of my reality. It's a huge difference. One is going to wear you out really, really quickly. The other one has a sustainability to it that allows you to stay accountable to your personal work, but also the work that you deliver in this world, the things that you're trying to build with your life, the good things you're trying to do on this planet, right? So first thing, notice. Second thing, recognize that yes, you have proof. Also, you have proof over here. Third thing, sort this out, keep a level of accountability, and allow yourself the process, whatever that process is that it takes, to take that energy back. And if you don't have a trusted partner, guess what a life coach is for, right? Like if you don't have that going on, that is the reason I created things like conscious transitions, a home course in grief and growth. And it's not just my tools. There's a lot of tools out there, but there are available options for you if you don't already have these people in your life, right? Seek it out, make it work for you, get on your path to peace, and move forward fast. Okay, one more thing before I go, but I'm going to give you a calendar of events. Today, week 10 of Fail to Win, we're almost finished with 3 classes left. So today, in just a few minutes here at 9 a.m. Mountain Time, Fail to Win. Live course, I only offer it twice a year. Next one's in September. Go to tiffanyhammond.com/FTW for the win, as the internet likes to call it, and take a look at that. Get your seat for September. And also today at 11 a.m. Mountain Time. Conscious Transitions office hours are today. So make sure if you're already a Conscious Transition student that you're coming to that, bringing your questions about the course and things that are coming up for you as you're implementing these tools. If you're not already Conscious Transitions, TriffanyHammond.com/conscious transitions, and go ahead and grab your seat in that class as well. Next Thursday, the 17th, St. Patrick's Day, I'm going to have to find something green and short sleeve because it's actually warming up here in Colorado. But that is our Inside Scope where I answer your questions. So send me a question at TriffanyHammond.com/the Inside Scope so I can answer your questions here on Periscope next Thursday at 9 a.m. Mountain Time. So the last thing I want to share with you is I want you to notice, okay, remember we're talking about noticing, I had other options when my story came up, right? I had the option to dive into my proof or where that story came from. I had the option to blame others, my dad, my grandpa, my friends' fathers, my ex-husband. I had the option to really dive into that and get angry. And there's not a single person that would have said, nope, you're right, you're wrong, Triffany, you shouldn't look at that way because all of those men were really awesome to you when they left your life, right? Nobody would have said that to me. They all would have felt like that was justified. And I wouldn't have had the opportunity to do the exact thing I'm talking about and reclaim that energy. At every turn when we have this negative story, we can blame others. And chances are good if we have that negative story, that's in there somewhere, right? We could do that. And that doesn't serve our greatest good, right? So I want you to remember this isn't about letting anybody off the hook. This isn't about an absence of a grief process, an absence of you doing the work that is necessary for you to heal from those old hurts. And it isn't about blaming others. The more energy you put into that blame, that's not your lane. You have no control. That is not your business. You can't control the way people show up for you. You can't control the way that they help or not help. You can't control anything outside of yourself. And I'm going to tell you something, especially because I did happen to throw my ex into the mix there. Me staying in my lane, me staying in my work, and staying in my path to forgiveness has absolutely transformed my relationship with my ex. And I don't want to throw him under the bus in this conversation just because my story was triggered. Lately, I think because I haven't added that extra burden of expectation that he should change to make me happy, things have been healthy as things can be between two ex-spouses. And that's allowing him to be a better father for the kids. That's allowing him to show up in better and more complete ways. It's powerful, isn't it? Those of us with exes understand how this commitment to holding a negative story about people who have hurt us, that hurts our children. That hurts our future. Even if we don't have kids, that hurts our future with ourselves. So I want you to remember that yes, you have that opportunity. And yes, you could blame all day. But every time you do that, you're putting your energy in a place that you have no control over. So when I say stay in your lane, I mean stay in your lane. Where do you have control? Where do you have the power? And the only place that ever is inside of you. And that's even not only a modicum of control, right? We still don't have massive amounts of control over our thoughts and our hearts. Clearly, if such a heartwarming video can trigger such a stupid story for me. But we're all healing, we're all growing, and we're all doing this together. So remember to go ahead and notice your story. Let it be your path to peace. Find that person or people in your life that can help you be honest to your work, your lane, and remember to hold on to all of that energy that you're reclaiming from these hurts so that you can do your best work in this world. Hope to see you next week at 8:30 a.m. Mountain Time on Wednesday. Go out and create a great week, everybody. Bye.